Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that it's a digital asset space. Good afternoon and happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Really excited today. The market is doing what the market does. It's interesting. I have to add some more collateral. Yeah, I have to deposit more collateral. Yeah, had to make that move. I'm going to do that with you guys. Absolutely. And yeah, so interesting thing is, the whole Ethereum madness is it's funny. You have to have more Ethereum to get more Ethereum. It's a very interesting thing. Flare Network is going to solve a lot of those very interesting challenges as well. But I'm going to do that with you guys. I almost completed the transaction on Wanchain and said, you know what, let me just hold off on that. And let's walk the family through it. So I didn't do it all the way. And so we'll get a chance to see how the cross chain works on Wanchain. And I'll walk you guys a little bit through 1inch exchange as well, and how I could not complete what I wanted to do on 1inch exchange, which is swap a digital asset for more Ethereum, because 1inch is it's an Ethereum platform, but you have to have enough ETH to make the exchange. Craziness, madness. What's going on, XRP Joe? It's great to see you, brother. Great to see you for sure. Trevor LeConte is in the building. How are you, my friend? Yeah, so great live stream today with Patty XRP and Mickey B Fresh. Very interesting content creator questioned whether or not Mickey B Fresh questioned the fact that Mickey B Fresh is thought of as the go-to person on Flare Network and Flare Finance. Mickey B Fresh did not clear himself, did not appoint him or anoint himself as the foremost authority on Flare Network and Flare Finance. He didn't appoint himself that, but I would make the argument that the community has. Interesting to hear a content creator question that self-appointment when that same particular content creator rushed him on his show constantly as the foremost authority. That's when their narratives were in agreement. Now that they aren't, well, it's a different thing. So the researchers out there need to level up. For sure. I don't see any content coming out. Need to level up for sure. I found that to be pretty interesting because this particular content creator was why we know Mickey B Fresh. That's how we know him. He was introduced to us. Mickey B Fresh was introduced to us primarily through this particular content creator. Now, this particular content creator calls him out. Interesting stuff, my friend. So, very interesting. But they can't help themselves. Like, they really can't help themselves. They just keep putting their foot in their mouth, and they don't understand that they're doing it. Yeah, Trevor. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Absolutely enjoyed Mickey B Fresh and Patty XRP today. Again, answering questions and adding value to the community and all things Flare Network and Flare Finance. I thought that was cool. I had a chance to hang in there for about vast majority of the stream for sure. And again, impermanent loss is something that people have to get their head around, wrap their brain around, and weigh the pros and cons, risk and reward, and get a strategy around it. The idea is not to be afraid of it, but get a strategy around it. One of the things that came up on the live stream today was if someone has a small bag. Yeah. Oh, you are? Okay. If someone has a small bag, should they participate in liquidity pools? And the question is, it depends on what do you mean by participating, right? So my thoughts are no one, small bag or large bag, should be 100% in anything on any platform, right? So so to me, it doesn't matter if you have 5,000 or 5 million. Why would you put 100% in any liquidity pool or on any platform, right? You wouldn't do that, right? And so For me, what makes sense for someone who may only have like $5,000 in value in XRP, for example, right? That's you want to do a small percentage. But if you have $500,000 in value, why would it change? You want to do a small percentage, right? You still want to do a small percentage. Now, your small percentage in value is going to be more than the person who only has 5,000, but the percentage could be the same. It could be 1%, 2%, or 3%, right? The idea is portfolio management, and you got to learn asset. You got to kind of learn asset allocation, right? And manage your portfolio, right? Right. Just because someone may have $100,000 in value in XRP doesn't mean that they should put $100,000 into the XRP and YUSD pool, liquidity pool. Why would you do that? Right? You have to spread risk around, right? You want to spread risk around. So, the liquidity pool market is one place to put some risk, right? The centralized, the CeFi platforms like Celsius is another place to put some risk, right? The stable coins is another market to put some risk, right? So you want to spread the risk of your portfolio around, right? And some of that, the other market is merely in cold wallet. There's risk in holding it on a cold wallet, by the way, right? So you spread the risk around, right? You spread the risk around. But for me, someone who may only have 5,000 in value in assets or in XRP, right? To me, that's the person who needs to be in the liquidity pool the quickest, not with the most of his or her asset, but the quickest, right? Because time is your friend in liquidity pools, right? Time is your friend. It's hard to find the top of a market. I mean, that's a strategy, but that's hard to do. And so, 1%, 0.5%. And look, there are people in liquidity pools with $10, $20, and $50, right? But if you're the only one in there, who else is getting the rewards? Right? So it's not that it's the size of your bag, it's how you allocate, right? There's a strategy in DeFi, right? You got to look at TVL, you got to look at the number of participants, you got to look at the reward that you're getting in terms of getting XRP and YUSD and what that means. So, one of the simplest things to do is take a small amount of your valuable asset and begin to see what it looks like in that particular liquidity pool, right? So you spread, my advice would be spread the risk around, right? Because there is a market for asset appreciation, right? If you only have 5,000 in value in XRP, you want the asset appreciation, right? So so a portion of that 5,000 is waiting for asset appreciation, and then you can take a portion of that asset appreciation and add it to the liquidity pool, which is going to, give you a better percentage of the transaction fees that come around that, right? And so that is, kind of how I see that as a strategy. What's going on, Darren Moore? Good to see you, brother. Great hanging out with you last night, bro. Right? And so, well, it depends on what you mean by money, Mark Splice. You're earning Spark token on Flare Network, right? Right. By delegating your votes, you get more Spark token. I don't want to see another Titan Finance. Well, yeah, right. None of us does, right? None of us do. But Flare Network and Titan Finance, quite the different things, right? You see anybody from Titan Finance on the Zoom presentation in introducing, answering questions. What is it? Tour, right? How many times have we seen and heard from Hugo Filion? And then ask yourself, how many times did you hear from or see the people from Titan Finance, right? It's quite, quite the different thing, right? Not even in the same league, not even on the same planet, right? Titan Finance and Flare Network, right? That's quite a different thing, right? Right? Quite two totally different things. Titan Finance was taking advantage of the market that is DeFi, right? Now I know they've recovered and they kind of figured out some different things, and they may not be bad guys, right? They may not be bad guys, but two different leagues, Flare Network and Titan Finance. Pay me money baggers, what's good? What's good with you? I'm great to play that XRP Chiz, my guy. I appreciate you sharing that with me. XRP Precision Beats is in the building. All right, so listen, guys, let's go over the market real quick. I'm just going to go over the numbers and read them out to you guys. And then we're going to hop on WanSwap.finance and show you a little bit of what I did there, what I'm doing there, and I'll finish that off to show you how I'm going to take Ethereum off of WanETH and the whole thing and put it onto Ethereum, and then use that Ethereum to deposit my Polygon on Aave. All right, so yeah, bro, you're welcome. Exactly, XRP Joe, right? And that's the great thing about where we are. I also want to be focused on making sure I'm not locked into a liquidity pool with assets that I want to remain more liquid with. Exactly. So that you gotta portion it out, right? You have to portion out your assets. Yeah, you don't want to be, locked in anything, right? You want to be fluid in this space, right? I can tell you guys 100%. I will not be minting all of my XRP, right? Why would I do that, right? The real asset appreciation cycle hasn't taken effect yet. But I will be participating in minting FXRP, right? Whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, 10%, or 20%. Surely I will be participating, but not with all my XRP, right? This is the great thing about DeFi. We get to take control of our assets and how we allocate them, how we deploy them, how we put them into the space that is DeFi freely get to do it and develop our own personal strategy without being handcuffed or beholden to someone to do so. But you got to learn. You got to learn. You got to learn to portfolio. The 1% of the 1%, they pay people to do it. But here we're going to do it ourselves. So we have to learn how to manage our assets, and I love it. I'm excited about that challenge in doing so. Right, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, he's all over DeFi. Why do you think that is? I mean, he was the guy who really awakened the masses to taking control of your own personal finance. Why do you think he's excited about DeFi and doing videos on DeFi? Right? Why do you think that is, right? All right, so let's get into that. Let's go over the market real quick. CoinGecko.com says that Bitcoin, let me refresh this, 31,000, huh? Goodness gracious. $31,774. Ethereum is still under $1,900 at $1,899. Binance Coin, $300. Cardano, $1.18. XRP, woes me, 58 cents now. Yeah. See, Polkadot's $12.22. Uniswap, $16. Bitcoin Cash, $439. Solana, $26. Litecoin's $120. Chainlink's $15. Stellar's at 23 cents. Wow. Ethereum Classic's $41.32. Polygon's at 80 cents. Interesting stuff. Yeah, so the market is doing some changing, right? ICP is at $32. VeChains is 6 cents, and so on and so on. Shiba Inu, oh my goodness, and Aave is at $252. So that's what the market is. So let me share this, right? So the market is doing what the market does, right? Shiba Swap, yeah, I'm on Shiba Swap with a third of my Shiba Inu, right? Prime example. Why would I go 100% of my asset onto a platform that hasn't proven itself to me yet, right? Don't chase the game. Let the game come to you. So I put a third of Shiba on there, not all of it, right? I will answer that question, Mark. Remember to remind me to answer it or ask it again, and I will answer that for you, brother. All right, so let's share the screen and kind of see where we are. Okay, I'm going to go to WanSwap. Where do I want to go first? WanSwap. I'll go WanSwap first, just to share. All right, just real quick. WanSwap. Where is it? And there's the guy, freaking Darren Moore is the dude, the one who put me over the edge on WanSwap. Yeah, right. Put me over the edge to participate in WanSwap. He's in the chat today, guys. Say hey to Darren Moore. Miss Crypto Siege is in there exercising. Everything is moving around. She's Max Insanity 30 champion right there, Miss Crypto Siege. So here's WanSwap.finance, right? You can swap assets. You can participate in liquidity pools. You can farm, and then you can hive. This thing here is cross-chain. That is the bridge that takes you from the XRP ledger, for example, or the Ethereum blockchain, for example, onto Wanchain. And then there's WanLend right here, which is the market maker for me, right? That's the platform that allows you, for me, right? It's both to be both a not a market maker, but to be both a lender and a borrower, right? To position myself like the 1% of the 1%, right? That's what WanLend is. You can sort of earn a little bit of WASP in that WAN WA in there. Some I earned, and some which I hived, and some I bought. All right, so that's what this is here, right? And so you go over to farming real quick. In these other, what you want to do, what I found I like to do is go to farming first, find out which one of these liquidity pools I want to participate in, right? Which is here's a stable coin and an asset, Tether and WAN. Here's two, no, those are inactive. Here's two assets, Wanchain and WanETH with 15x rewards for WASP. And then there's two stable coins here, and Tether and USDC, right? Some are more popular than others. I think this one here is a really good one to personally that I want to get into is the WASP and the WAN, and take advantage of that 45x and not bad there at 29% APY. So once you find the pool that you want to get into, you just go over to pool, and then you would just add that liquidity. You would hit add liquidity, and you would pick WASP, and you would pick WAN, right? You pick WASP and WAN, really simple. WASP, and then you put the WAN, right? And then you split up. We do however many WAN you want to put, you just do it, right? 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever, and put it in there. That type of deal. And you can swap, get you the equal amount first, if that's what you want to do. You get you an equal amount, and then add the liquidity in the pool. It's really, really simple. Very, very simple. Definitely watch the two videos that I did on that. Also, Darren Moore did a great video on it as well on his channel. And FOMO Mental, one word, FOMO Mental. He did 3 quick videos on it as well, tutorials, if you will, to get it done. So that's 3 resources right there that you guys can learn how to use WanSwap. I promise you, once you begin to do so with as little as 20 bucks, right? Maybe $12 or so in WAN, $10 or so in XRP, you can begin to get really, really comfortable because the transaction fees, again, on WanSwap are 0.001. It's really, really inexpensive. So let's now go. I'm not gonna hit WanLend because I would have to. Well, I'm gonna have to stop anyway. But we're gonna go over to the WanLend and let you guys see what I've deposited and how I'm gonna be withdrawing, etc., etc. So let's stop the share. Let's go over to WanLend. Unfortunately, with Zoom, with StreamYard, you have to stop share and go into each one tab individually. Unlike Zoom, I can't get my Zoom to work with YouTube any longer, as of late, I should say. All right, so here's WanLend. This is where you deposit your XRP, for example, supply the market, and then you can borrow against it. All you have to do is click the collateral on button, then you can borrow against that. And so what I did is I deposited some XRP onto the platform, earning 1.88% in interest, and I borrowed Ethereum, USDT, and USDC against the collateral of the XRP, right? And so what I wanted to do, since I needed some Ethereum, one of the times that I borrowed Ethereum 2 or 3 times, is I deposited some Ethereum back onto the platform. So I borrowed WanETH and I immediately deposited the WanETH to earn some interest. That is another strategy as well. So earlier today, I withdrew 0.06 Ethereum. So what you have to do, because you want to put it back onto the Ethereum blockchain, I had to withdraw the WanETH. Okay, once the WanETH was withdrawn onto my WanMask, and now I have to take the WanETH off of Wanchain and bring it onto Ethereum so that I can now use that ETH on these platforms that I need gas fees for, which is absolutely insane. So I hope that makes sense. But you see here, what I do is I try to keep my borrow limit 30, 30 to 35%, maybe go up to 39%. I don't like to get past anywhere near 50%. That's just me, my personal strategy, right? I don't like to kind of borrow up to the tilt, even though I can. I don't like to do it. So I stay in the 30 to 39% range is where I try to stay, right? So this is the balance in value. This is the borrow amount in value. So that's kind of where I am there. So let me stop there. I wanted to share that with you. Now I'm going to share and kind of demonstrate a little bit of the cross chain that is on WanSwap. So let me do this. All right, no worries, Kasku. Appreciate you being here, my friend. I will cover that. Just Josh is in the building. What's good, brother? Hey, let's hop on the phone today sometime, man. We're transitioning. I moved to Texas, but I got some time for you today, bro, if you got some. All right, where do I want to go? Cross chain. So I'm going to share the cross chain. No, that's not it. What happened here? Let's try that again. Why did that do that? Maybe it says bridge. Okay. It's probably, there it is, Bridge. There's the tab. Let's share. All right, okay, so this is what it takes you to when you hit cross chain. It will take you to this. Well, it's one thing before that. There is one thing before. Well, maybe let's go back. Let's go back so you can see it. Let's go back again. I won't take you to it. Oh, wait. I'm trying to take you where it says enter. Okay, so when you hit cross-chain on wanswap.finance, this is where it takes you, okay? Convert cross-chain assets. Bridging with various DeFi apps, a fast way of converting your cross-chain assets among Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Ledger, and Wanchain. All right, so you just hit enter here. right? And then what you're going to do, since I'm taking one ETH, all I do is I just type in or mouse down to Ethereum, and it brings up the chain, right? ETH, right? Ethereum Wanchain pair, right? So I'm going to hit convert. I'm going to hit convert. The asset we're talking about is ETH. I'm going to hit convert, right? And that's going to take you here, right? But you see how it says convert ETH from the Ethereum chain to the Wanchain, right? So what we have to do is we have to hit this arrow here in the middle to change the direction. Okay, now convert the asset ETH from Wanchain to the Ethereum, blockchain, right? And the from address is your WanMask wallet, and the to address is your MetaMask Ethereum wallet, right? So, and it once your wallet is connected, it fills that in for you. At least that's been my experience there. So that's where we are, right? Ethereum, ETH from Wanchain blockchain over to Ethereum. The from address is the WanMask address, right? Which is like MetaMask. It's the WanMask address. The to address is the Ethereum-based MetaMask wallet, right? So I'll put the amount on here, which is 0.06, not a whole lot. And then I'm going to hit confirm. And the important things to note is the operation fee, which is 21, which would be about $10, right? To make that. So to come off the Wanchain and go on to the Ethereum chain, right? That's the biggest, both coming on and going on. That's the biggest expense from Wanchain comes there. Once you're on Wanchain, the transactions are again less than a penny. So I'm going to approve that. And my WanMask is going to come up. It's going to tell me what the fee is to bridge, to allow that trust. And in a few seconds here, I should approve. Now I'm going to hit the start, right? I gave permission to make it happen. And then this is the fee. Let me see, $9.96 gas fee. All right, I'm not going to mess with that one. So that's the 21 right there, right? Hit confirm. I said $10, so it must be a little less than 50 cents. All right, so if you go up to here to the notifications, it will tell you, you see how fast it was, by the way. Unlike Polygon, coming off Polygon onto it, back to Ethereum, yeah, that's a process. So it says the converting is in process there. So I just want to show you guys that, and I'm going to share with you why I had to go get this ETH that I had deposited on Wanchain and do it that way. And the reason being is I was wanting to deposit more Polygon onto the Aave platform, right? And that's going to cost in Ethereum. And I only have $3 or so in ETH, right? And so I tried to use this exchange here. Let me show that to you. I tried to use the 1inch exchange, which is just an aggregator. And just take an asset that I already have and get some ETH with that, right? So I was trying to move, you can see here, I was trying to move or swap or trade, whatever, however you want to look at it, some of my banned protocol for Ethereum. And I could not do it. I'm not going to try it now. I could not do it because the error message came up. You need more ETH to make this swap, right? So for me, that means you need more ETH to get more ETH, which is just absolutely brutal. So in any case, that's why I did to do that. And so as soon as my ETH shows up, I will continue with the deploying more Matic onto Aave. Yeah, man. So, all right. So Mark Splice, I was supposed to get back to your question. What was it? Was it this one? How can we make money with XRP, Stellar, XDC without risk of loss? Well, it depends on, again, what depends on what you mean by money. I think that's the same question, right? So you're delegating your votes, right, on Flare Network, and you're going to get, for doing that, you get Spark token, right? You're going to get the Spark token for delegating your Spark votes if you have some Spark, right? And if not, you'll be able to get some in the market. So that's just one way to do it. And of course, you can, that is the risk-free way, right? Delegating your votes, participating in the governance, voting, right? Getting those votes to the FTSOs. All right, so there's 2 or 3 ways that is risk-free to earn Spark token, right? And then the a little bit more risky risk are obviously in minting the F asset. Risk in that is costing. Risk in that there's a measure of trust with that signal provider who's putting up the collateral, to mint the F assets as well. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Uphold, Wamlet. I appreciate you being here, bro. Not a fan of Uphold. I know there's content creators out there constantly promoting Uphold. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of Uphold. I appreciate that they continue to list XRP, but for me, it's just too many constraints. So I stayed off of Uphold. I'd rather deal with BitTrue and other places that allow you to get XRP, and you can get it and take it off. So let me see this question here. Crypto sees high. You answered my question on DeFi standard stream about that. Liquidity pool plus FTO equals Flare loan strategy. Sure. Could you tell your view on that? Would appreciate that. Sorry, but off topic. Hey, no worries. So, and for me, again, this is a personal strategy. It's certainly not financial advice. I would never begin to tell you guys what to do with your assets, right? I would never begin to do that. But for me, I am so used to and accustomed to being both a lender and a borrower in this space that I love the idea of being able to take the Spark token, right? Because Flare Finance has 6 products. One of them is something called Flare Loans, where you can deposit, or in other words, you're lending your Spark token, and in return for doing that, they will allow you to borrow against that. But because you made a conscious decision to utilize the Flare loan platform, they're also paying you YFIN, right? Also paying you YFIN. You could take that YFIN and put it into the governance staking pool on Flare Finance, right? At 5 to 35%, right? But the fact that the Spark token gift and you're able to use it in so many ways, I think is just unbelievable. Now, so for me, I'm very comfortable in being a lender and in borrowing against it in collateral, right? And so I just think for me, that's just a personal strategy to get YFIN. I get YFIN, I get collateral that I need. So for example, if I deposit Spark token on Flare Loan, I can, for collateral, I can borrow YUSD, right? Deposit Spark token, but I can get YUSD, right? I can take that YUSD and provide liquidity with with my FSRP, for example, right? So the Spark token, that gift, has major value, right? And that's just one of the many things that you'll be able to do in combination with Flare Network and Flare Finance. That's just one of the many things, right? And then they're going to be the smart people in the community who will be able to figure stuff out and have spreadsheets, and they'll be able to realize even better strategies, right? As a community, we'll be able to do that, come together and learn more. Right now, probably the more, I don't want to say more advanced, but probably the strategies are most talked about, probably is between Darren Moore's Patreon, which I'm a part of, and Mickey B. Fresh and Patty XRP's Patreon, which I just became a part of today, right? So you got to, just kind of like investing in you, paying for your education, saying yes to you, right? And so, for whatever it is a month, it's worth it, right? In my opinion, right? So I'm looking forward to having more conversations and going over more strategies. And I don't think there's a need to keep strategies close to your chest. And oh no, I'm not going to share this because then I'll get less in liquidity pools. Now, personally, I don't believe in that because the overall win is in greater participation. And if people feel like they have strategies going in, they'll be more willing to participate, right? So equipping people with a strategy by default will equate to more participation, right? If they feel comfortable that they have a strategy. So I would rather share and get less in some liquidity pool, by strengthening the numbers in TVL. Remember, the overall win for both Flare Networks and Flare Finance is in network adoption. That's the overall greater win. It helps everyone that's participating, right? So we want the TVL on Flare Finance to be off the chain, right? We do. We want it. We want people knocking on the door of Flare Finance and Flare Network saying that they want in, right? We're talking projects, right? That's what we want. Right now, I get it. We get to vote on it, but sure, the more people we got knocking on the door, the more opportunities we have to vote, the better stuff that we can get on both platforms, both Flare Network and Flare Finance, right? So for me, the overall win is in network adoption. James White, great question. Is there a time frame for the pay back the loan? We don't know. Because Flare Finance, in reference to their loan product, has not come up with the kind of like the white paper in terms of the ins and out of how Flare loan is going to work. I don't know. My guess is going to be like all the other DeFi platforms that allow you to both deposit and borrow, and that there will not be terms. It's just an ongoing thing. The question is, right, in DeFi, the question is, when do you want your asset that you deposited? When do you want that back? Right? That's when you pay it back. You could deposit and then say, I want that back 5 seconds later. Will it be 5 years later? I don't know. But currently, there is no terms. It's not like in CeFi, for example, with Celsius, where there are terms, even though you can just re-up your loans anytime you want with Celsius, but there are defined terms, and they have to have defined terms to kind of meet with regulations. So Celsius, which is more of a CeFi platform, they have to have these terms to kind of meet the regulatory, to be regulatory compliant. No, you can use other assets. You can deposit any other assets as well in terms of depositing on the Flare loans, my friend. I just use Spark as an example, Adam Cobb. So, and I think that's just kind of really, you're welcome, James White. I just think that it's a lot of options and strategies, obviously, and I'm not sure if anyone's going to pick the best strategy, right? I think the best strategy is participation, right? The best strategy is participation and understanding that. Why would you deploy all of any of your assets on any platform and in any liquidity pool? Why would you do that? Right? Why would you do that? So I think that's the strategy, right? Participation, don't chase the game, let the game come to you. Nothing wrong with 1% or 0.5% of your assets in a liquidity pool. Nothing's wrong with that. See how it goes, see how it's going, right? Nothing's wrong with it. But the Spark token now, that's for me in the Crypto Sieges home, that's a different story. All right. So for me, the vast majority of my Spark token is going to be between Flare Finance and Flare Network being used, right? For me, right? And so when I say the vast majority, 85, 90%, right? For me, I'll have a little bit for quote unquote asset appreciation, but I will not personally be selling my Spark token at any time in the near future. So, but that's kind of how I look at it. For me, the Spark token is what makes Flare Network work with the FTOs. And so I'm going to actively participate that because I want to earn more Spark token without question. And I think two things to really, really consider, guys, is time frames versus asset value. Time frames versus asset appreciation. So for me, our goals will be, 1 year goals for Flare Network. How much Spark token have I accumulated in a year? And then cool, how much Spark token can I accumulate in the next year? And then cool, how much Spark token can I accumulate in the next year? Right? And the same thing goes for YFIN. So, we are not looking at 30 days and 90 days. We're not looking in market cycles in terms of YFIN and Spark token accumulation. We're looking at accumulation goals, which have to be, you got to give yourself some time to accumulate, right? And so we're doing that in 1 year, right? So we're doing 1 year for time, and then how much did we get in that year, and can we do better the next year, right? And so that's what we're looking at ultimately. And then who knows? Maybe between year 2 and 3, some Spark token we put into USDC and begin some cash flow, right? So who knows what we might do with that. But in the Crypto Sieges home, that's kind of our thing: accumulation versus the price of Spark token or the price of YFIN. For us, the better goal is how many of the Spark token can we get, and how many of the YFIN can we get, right? And so if I can get more by active participation, I'm going to do so. And if I want to purchase some on the secondary market, I'll do so. But most likely, we won't have to do so. But there's going to be a price, right? And you can kind of decide from there. Yeah, guys, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let me see what's going on the WAN bridge. It says the conversion was completed. Yeah, so there it is. All right, so let's see if, nope, that's the wrong one. Let's see if the Ethereum is showing up. Yeah, there it is there, 117 bucks. So let me show you guys that. So you can see, let's see, what do I want to share? You're absolutely right, XRP Joe. Let me share it. Let me go ahead. Yeah. The best strategies are going to be based on your different portfolio needs, in my humble opinion. Exactly. And you have to be able to determine what those are, right? You have to know what that is, right? And remember, the first plan that you come up with, you know, you'll probably have a revision to the plan, right? That's just how it works, right? You're probably gonna have a revision to the original plan, but certainly have a plan. Our plan is accumulation, you know, and time. Accumulation and time, right? And the way to accumulate is going to be by participating. Now, if I have to, or if I decide to take some of the dirty, nasty fiat and purchase more of the Spark token, cool, I'll do that. I'm more than happy, more than willing to do that. So let me see. All right, so let's share this real quick. Excuse me. Let's go to the bridge real quick and show you that it converted. So you can see here, the conversion is complete. If you go over to the notification bell, it tells you the asset E from Wanchain to Ethereum, 0.0016 was completed. So it shows you that there. And so now I'm going to show you, I think I can see that here. I think you'll be able to see that. You can see only had $3 in Ethereum. Now I have a little bit over $117 in ETH. Hopefully you can see that there. And the point I was for doing this is I have some Matic. Okay, so I'll share that I want to move from Ethereum to Polygon, again, using a bridge. So let me share that with you guys. See, Polygon Web Wallet. Let's show you there. So this is wallet.matic.network. Okay, and let me go back and let me show you what it looks like. All right, so you can see here on the Polygon mainnet, in my wallet, I have $6.05. Right, and so what I want to do is I want to move funds or assets from Ethereum to Polygon. Remember, Matic, right, is an Ethereum asset. So I hit move funds from Ethereum to Polygon, and it takes me to the Polygon Bridge, the version 2. Right, and so what I do is that you see it says from Ethereum to Polygon. So I'm coming off the Ethereum blockchain and going to the Polygon blockchain. And what I want to do is find the asset that I want to move from Ethereum blockchain. And that is Matic right here. So take some of my Matic right there. And I'm going to go from and to. And so hopefully I have enough Ether in the middle of the day to do this transaction. We shall see. And here it is here. Ethereum network to the Polygon network. That's the value of the Polygon token. I hit continue. I hit, this is going to take a little bit. So this is the difference again. I wanted to share this with you. The difference between going from chain to chain on Polygon versus going from chain to chain on Wanchain or right? That Wanchain is significantly smoother and faster. The Polygon people are working on something they call quicker deposits or quicker swaps. Not quite fluid yet. So the fee here is $7.99. I'm going to edit the fee and go to fast to make it $9 or so. If I can do that. I did, and make it a little faster. And let's see what quote unquote fast is for Ethereum. So I'll hit confirm. And this is going to take, oh, look at that. So it says transfer is en route. That confirmed is about 5 minutes quicker than it normally. That was really, really quick. It usually takes 5 minutes to go from approved to confirm. usually about 5 minutes. Now I'll say the transfer is en route and it can be completed. It will take 7 to 8 minutes for the deposit. Your transfer is en route. It will take 7 to 8 minutes for the deposit to get completed. Once on completion, your balance will be updated. So there that is there. We shall see. Hopefully you guys got to see all of that. So let me stop the share. 7 to 8 minutes. See how that goes. Anyone staking XDC? What's going on? I bought Charlie's bags. Anyone staking XDC? I don't own any XDC. Alex G's in the building. What's going on, my dude? Appreciate you being here. Thanks for your views. Waiting so much for the launch. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Asku. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being here big time. And so 2 different networks in the DeFi space. Again, guys, I think WanSwap.finance is a blessing. I think that it is a monster in disguise, if you will. Very, very smooth UI and UX, and a great way to get very, very comfortable with the whole concept of swapping an asset, getting into liquidity pool, farming LP tokens, and the likes. Being able to be both a lender and a borrower as well is pretty cool. And like I say all the time in this channel, once you get the feeling and once you get the experience of being treated like the 1% of the 1%, you will never walk away from it. You will never go back to that old system where they ask for your credit score, when they ask for references, right? Where they want to know where you live and who you're living with, right? You'll never go back to that system again. Once you experience how the 1% of the 1% are treated, and you can get that experience, you can gain that experience in DeFi, right? And we're just in a blessed position that Flare Network is here, and they're going to what is the word? They're going to heighten that experience for you. Flare Finance is going to heighten that experience for you, and it's pretty cool. It is a pretty cool thing to see for sure. If you guys got some questions about Flare Finance, please don't hesitate to ask for sure. So what is the word on the street? I shared Ribbon Finance with you guys, but that is really probably something for someone who may be more familiar with the ins and outs of option trading or options trading. But yeah, I need to deposit some ETH on there, not ETH, some USDC on there. But trying to get into these freaking vaults right now, Darren Moore, is a challenge. I don't know when they open up or when the times are. Let's see what this is. Let's do this. Really excited about Ribbon.finance. Really excited. Come on, what's going on with my laptop? There it is there. Okay, this vault is full, still full. My gosh. Let's see. Oh, this one's, wait a minute. Why did it go back to that one? I didn't hit that. This vault is full. Yeah, they're full. They're still full, so I can't show you guys that. What's up, Siege? What's going on, Strength Gains? Good to see you, bro. The greatest transfer of wealth is coming to us soon. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Good morning from New Zealand. Hey, Corey, good to see you. Look, DeFi is here. The digital asset space is evolving, and everyone recognizes it. Most of us recognize it. Some are still living in the 2017 digital asset space. Hopefully, they will continue to evolve like the market. Hopefully they will. All you got to do is do research and kind of get where we are, right? This is not your 2017 digital asset space. We have evolved. DeFi is here, and thank God that it is. Thank God that it is. And by the way, with decentralized exchanges, you can move out of fiat into stable coins. right? Whether or not an exchange is available for participation or not, right? Right? It's a pretty cool deal. Pretty cool deal. And if you're on Celsius, deposit the USDC, and you can go from Celsius into your bank, especially if you are what is it? Outside of the US, especially if you're outside of the US. US still got some constraints on us right now, you know. Thanks as always, C's, having to jet out. Have an awesome Saturday. Thank you, Kilos. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Oh no, it is raining. It's raining. So enjoy your day, Kilos. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Somebody checked in. XRP mining. I don't think there's any XRP mining. Anil Karu Kabak. Someone else said something. Spiker Hound. VeChain Eve trade is nice at the moment. Oh, okay. And if we do this right, is compounding. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, that beauty of that compounding is just wonderful. Flare Finance doing that is very, very exciting. Mix, thank you, my friend. Hey, Siege, very cool. You run through this visually for us, ad and non-financial heads. Really benefit. Absolutely. You the man. Thank you, Mix. I appreciate that. And so that is really a pretty cool thing. Again, don't be afraid of Flare Finance and Flare Network. Just take some time, go to the Flare Finance page. I think it's called Flow page. And check that out. You can go to flr.finance and then you can hit on the products and that will come up. flr.finance and just become familiar with it. But for me, the way to become familiar with Flare Finance is definitely using WanSwap. And again, you can do so for pennies. Once you're going to get $20 to $25 and, you split it, you make sure you have at least 20 WAN. You can get that on Bitrue. And then, spend $5-10 of XRP and move it. You don't even have to do that much if you don't want. You really don't. And then just become familiar with it. So flr.finance. You're welcome, XRP Persistent Beach. You're welcome. .75 ETH gets you over 20K in VeChain. Nice, Spiker How. Very nice. 0.75, really. 20K in VeChain. At 6, yeah, VeChain's at 6 something cents, right? And very, very interesting. Let me see if that went through. Nine minutes ago. So let's go back to the wallet. Nope, the Matic is not there yet. It's not there yet. So we might not be able to see that go through on the stream. So guys, I hope you're excited about it. I don't know what this new announcement is. David D, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Wow, Crypto Seeds, good to see your streaming and your channel growth. Thank you, my friend. It's good to see you. So yeah, Flare Networks, guys, check out the DeFiStandard.com. Read what you can on there just every single day, learn more about it. This is our chance to become the governance model in all of DeFi. We have a chance to do that, really. And active participation and actively voting is going to be huge. We get to create. We get to become a huge reason for network adoption, right? We can become the catalyst for network adoption on both Flare Network and Flare Finance. We can do that. And what I see possible is Flare networks being bigger than Ethereum or the equivalent thereof, and Flare Finance in the top 10 in terms of TVL of all DeFi platforms. And remember, there are DeFi platforms with 4 billion, 5 billion, 7 billion, 8 billion in total value locked. And if you're participating in a platform like that early and you're able to get access either to their token, either by in liquidity pools or just buying it off the market early, it's massive. Like, for example, I always tell people, someone I know that got into Curve and got into that platform early in both participation and in owning a bunch of Curve. Now, remember that platform launched in January of 2020. So just a year and a half later, I mean, this person is making $4,000 to $5,000 a day in cash flow. That's just a real life example of what's possible. Just real life example of what's possible. What's going on, XRP Precision Beast? Appreciate you being here, my friend. So that's kind of how I liken Flare Network and Flare Finance in terms of potential, the potential of the Spark token, the potential of the YFIN token. And again, the community can be hugely responsible for the success of the platform, of both platforms. I mean, that's the shot that we have. Think about that. From January 2020 to today is a year and 7 months. And I don't even know when he got to the 4,000 to 5,000 a month in cash flow. I don't even know. Maybe it was in a year. I don't know. But in any case, a year and a half? Are you kidding me? A year and a half. Now, was asset appreciation of the Curve token part of that? Yes, it was. Sure it was. But it was being early to the platform. It was actively participating in the platform, you know, whether it be the 1 year staking or the 4 year staking or providing liquidity, whatever it was. Staking is not the same thing as providing liquidity, or different things, different animals, right? So whatever it was, the options were available to him. He took advantage of those. And that's what he got to. $4,000 to $5,000 a month in cash flow daily, not monthly, daily. I told NS, I'm not sure who that is. I was playing with Terra Lunan and got another rundown on the power of Curve. How will he feel about Spark when it's on? Yeah. So who's NS? Someone told you more about Curve, or you told them about Curve? Mix. I mean, Curve, I just think I think it's just a great example. And DeFi is growing right now. And so with platforms that do it right, do the audits, and with communities that actively participate, I mean, the potential is, it's unlimited. Run down the power of Curve, yeah. And got another rundown, yeah. My friend. I'm not sure which friend you're talking about there, my friend. NS. Are you talking about a friend from the channel from a while ago that hasn't been on? Who hasn't checked in a while? Is that what you're talking about, Mix? Oh, never mind. I got it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I know what you're talking about now. That's what I'm talking about. I was playing with John and got another round down on the power of Curve. Yeah, exactly. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, then that's what, I mean, it's just a great example. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's just, and that's, yeah, that's my friend, and it's like, that's a good example, right? Of uh what's possible. And so, how did he answer about? Did he answer you about Spark? Mix? Did he answer you about FLR? Because the last time I heard 2 months ago, he just said, "Well, it hasn't launched yet." So, but again, right? So did he mention anything? Because a lot of it is like people want to kind of keep things secret to the close to their chest. They don't want to say where they might be going because there's this thing about being first, being early, being the only one on, those type of deals. So when it comes to DeFi and liquidity pools. Yeah, indeed. The CRV master. Yeah. And that's where we are. Alex Wright, what's going on, my friend? What is a good amount of dollar you are confident to invest in Flare Finance? A dollar amount in the Flare Finance. Yeah. So in between 20 and 50, right? For me, in between 20K and 50K is where I will be hanging out, Alex, right? Not financial advice, certainly not telling you guys what to do with your money, but that's where I will be, what is it, initially, right? Yeah, I mean, that's where I will be initially. You know what I mean? That's where I will be initially, right? So, and that's, I understand the risk versus rewards. And so I'm comfortable with that. And look, Bitcoin today is not Bitcoin when it first started. Ethereum today is not Ethereum when it first started. Curve today is not Curve when it first started. Compound, Maker, right? Aave. You just pick one in the top 5. So Flare Networks, Flare Finance, when it launches, is not going to be perfect. It's just not. There will be some hiccups, some issues, some challenge, right? So even if the hookup or challenge is just changing the governance, if it's just changing what they're doing in terms of assets and liquidity pools and all that stuff, right? I'm not talking necessarily, a code error, but a code error is possible, right? What's going on, John Robinson? So, guys, listen, I won't be able to share with you the other part because, there it did. It did show up. Okay, well, I will be able to show it. So let's do this before I head off. This is on Polygon, on Aave via Polygon. All right, so you can see there it is. There is the wallet on Polygon. The Matic showed, right? Remember, I removed the Matic that was on Ethereum. I moved it over to Polygon, right? So there it is there. You can see it shows up here in your balance, right? Shows up in the balance. And now I'm going to go over to Aave and deposit the Matic. So let me do this. Yeah. So let me stop this shit and let's go over here and share. What's going on, John Robinson? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And the thing that we got to understand is it's a large part what we do with Spark token in terms of active participation will determine the value. The more we utilize the Spark token, this is not your asset appreciation 2017. digital asset space. The more you utilize this asset, the more you will be rewarded. And how you, in my opinion, how you use it, the more we use it, the more percentage of us using it will create a higher value. So where do I want to go? I want to go to app.aave.com. App.aave.com. Where is it? There it is. Share this. Man, they put everything to sleep there. There it is. Okay. I don't know why I'm on poor network connection, but let's see here. Let me switch this over to the Matic network. Switch over the Matic network. Did I switch over? So there it is there. And what I'm going to do is, you see how the borrowing power used is at 73%. I don't like that. And my LTV is past 35%. I don't like that as well. So I'm going to deposit Matic here, and they pay you to deposit, and they pay you to borrow. So I'm going to deposit the max amount Matic on here. Oh, okay. Well, I was not supposed to do the max amount. Let's go back. Let's do 882. And I have some Matic in order for the transaction to go through. So let's do that. There it is there. See the gas price? 0.001. And see my health factor went up, which is great. Now let's look at the numbers. All right, so now my dashboard got that borrowing power down below 70%, which is good. Got the LTV below 35%, which is good, which is what I wanted. Again, so you can see these are the assets that I've deposited, and these are the assets that I borrowed. The great thing again is you get paid here to deposit your assets, right? You can deposit these assets. You get paid to deposit, for example, Matic, and you get paid to borrow as well. 2.13% from Aave and Polygon, and then Polygon is going to pay you 3.67% for depositing. And then if you borrow, they're going to, the APY is 6.4%, and you're going to get 0.98%. So it is a pretty cool deal. You deposit, you earn 2.13%, and then you earn the 3.67%. When you borrow, you got to subtract the difference to get your net APY. So it's a really cool deal. It used to be a lot higher than that, but I'm going to stay on here for as long as possible. Personally, I'm going to stay here for as long as possible and let the market continue to do what it does. And if need be, push comes to shove, I'll just deposit or pay back what I borrowed and take off my Polygon, withdraw my Polygon back to Celsius and just stick with Celsius. That's right. Getting paid to participate in something we're not used to because of dealing with traditional banks. Exactly right. And it's just going to take a mental, it really does take a mental switch, right? It really does take that kind of mental flipping of that switch to realize that DeFi is here. It offers an amazing opportunity for you and I to, choose our own money. Number one, we get a choice in the money, choose our money, and then how we deploy that money, how we balance our crypto and balance sheet wise and how we navigate and manage a balance sheet is pretty cool. So that is it, guys. I wanted to share that with you guys. Do you have a Poly wallet? No, I don't have a Poly wallet. Nope. I just use the platform. Mix, just use the platform. So there it is, guys. Just wanted to share a little bit about how to use WanSwap Finance and how to use app.aave.com to deploy your assets to be both a lender and a borrower on both platforms. Really excited about being an active participant in the DeFi space. We must learn to walk away from the 90 to 120 day when moon mentality and walk into this new DeFi space, right? Walk into the DeFi space. Asset appreciation alone is no longer the thing. Now it's asset appreciation and the accumulation of assets deployed into the DeFi space, right? That's where we are now. That's why DeFi is where it is. That's why Polysign and Ripple have both publicly stated that tokenized assets and DeFi, that they are walking into those in a big time way. All right, guys, listen, thank you. I'm going to end this stream like I do all of my streams. Thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate it. What's going on, South Texas, Celsian? I appreciate you being here, brother. I'm going to end this stream like I do all of my streams, guys, and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.